Okay, the test review. Here we go. So the first equation, the slope is 2/3. The y-intercept is -4. So I go down to -4. It's a positive slope, so I'm going to go up 2, 1, 2, over 1, 2, 3. Up 2, over 1, 2, 3. Up 2, 1, 2, 3. Or I could have gone down 2 and over 1, 2, 3. Down 2, over 1, 2, 3. Okay. And there we have it. My second line is the slope -3, which is -3 over 1. Remember, that goes this direction. 0, 7. So I'm at 7. I go down 3, 1, 2, 3, over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. 1, 2, 3, over 1. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, over 1. 1, 3, over 1. And there we have it. The solution is where they run into each other at this point right here. So that's the point 3, excuse me, 3, -2. Go to my next one. My first equation, the slope is -1. Remember, it's this direction. The y-intercept is 5. So I come here, I do 5, down 1 to the right, down 1 to the right, down 1 to the right, to the right, down 1 to the right, down 1 to the right. Okay. And there we have it. My other one, it is not in y equals mx plus b form. So I need to subtract the x. So my slope on this one is -1. My y-intercept is 0, 5. Look at that. They're the exact same thing. So that means my answer is infinite solutions. Okay, right here. My first line, I have a slope of -4. Remember, that's over 1. It's going through the point 0, 0. So I go to 0, 0. I go down 4 to the right 1. Down 4 to the right 1. Or I could have gone up 4 to the left 1. Up 4 to the left 1. And a little off on that line. That looks better. Okay. My other one, I do not have y equals. So I have to add an x to both sides. I get y equals 2x minus 6. My slope is 2. My y-intercept is -6. So I go down to -6. I draw a point. I go up 2, 1, 2, over 1. Look at that. Up 2 over 1. And they run into each other at the point 1, -4. Over here, the first equation is not solved for y. So I have to subtract x from both sides. Get 2y equals -x plus 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Get y equals -1/2 x plus 2. So my slope on this is -1/2. My y-intercept is 2. So I go to 2, down 1 to the right 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 2, and oops, that was a horrible one. my other line, I have 2x plus y equals negative 1. I subtract 2x from both sides. I get y equals negative 2x minus 1. So my slope is negative 2, and my point is negative 1. So I go down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, or I could have gone up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. They run into each other at the point negative 2, 3, and that is our solution. Down here, I have 3x plus 2y equals negative 16. I subtract 3x from both sides. I get 2y equals negative 3x minus 16. I divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Y equals negative 3 over 2, x minus 8. So my slope for this line is negative 3 over 2. My y-intercept is negative 8. So I go down to negative 8. I'm going to go up 3, 1, 2, 3, but to the left 2. 1, 2, 3 to the, 1, 2, 3 to the left 2. 1, 2, 3 to the left 2. 1, 2, 3 to the left 2. 2, 3 to the left 2. It's a horrible line. There we go. And the other equation, 2x minus 3y equals negative 15. I subtract 2x from both sides. I get negative 3y equals negative 2x minus 15. I divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, negative 3, y equals 2/3 x plus 5. So the slope on this is 2/3, and the y-intercept is 5. So I go to 5. It's a positive slope, so up 2 over 3, up 2 over 3, or down 2 over 3, down 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. There we go. And the port where they run into each other, negative 6, 1. Then we have 2x plus y equals 5. Subtract 2x, subtract 2x. Y equals negative 2x plus 5. My slope is negative 2. My y-intercept is 5. So I go to 5. Negative slope, so down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1, over 1, down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. Could have gone up 2 over 1, 2 over 1, and, ooh, I messed up somewhere. Down 2 over 1, down 2 over 1. There we go. That's what I did. That's why I put so many points, so I can tell when I mess up. There we go. Okay, my other line. 4x plus 2y equals 2. Subtract 4x from both sides. I get 2y equals negative 4x plus 2. Divide everything by 2. Get y equals negative 2x plus 1. My slope is negative 2. My y-intercept is 1. So I go to 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1, up 2 over 1. Okay. It really doesn't like when I do that. There we go. And our answer would be no solution. Okay. Is it a solution? So 2 replace with 4 minus 3 times negative 4 equals 4. 8 plus 12 does not equal 4, so no. It is not a solution. Oh, that was a horrible S. Solution. This one. I put in 6 plus 2 times 0 equals 6. I get, oh, look at that. It does work for that one. So let's see, does it work for the other one? So 2 times 6 minus 0 equals 12. 12 does equal 12, so it works for that one. Yes, it is a solution. Okay, solve by substitution. So I'm going to take this right here and plug it in for x. So 6 times y minus 5 plus y equals negative 9. 6y minus 30 plus y equals negative 9. So 7y minus 30 equals negative 9. I add 30 to both sides. I get 7y equals 21. Divide by 7 and get y equals 3. Take that, plug it back in, so x equals y minus 5, so I replace my y with 3, and I get x equals negative 2. So it's the point negative 2, 3. This one, this is what y equals. Now be careful, it has this negative sign right here. So 4x minus parenthesis 5x minus 6 equals 9. Remember, there's an invisible 1. Multiply it here, minus 5x. Multiply it here, plus 6 equals 9. So that gets me negative x plus 6 equals 9. Subtract 6. Negative x equals 3. So x equals negative 3. So I take that and I plug it back into the original equation. So 5 times negative 3 minus 6. That'll get me negative 15 minus 6, which would be negative 21. Okay, so next one. I see that this one right here has a coefficient of 1, so I'm going to solve for it. So I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides. And y equals negative 4x minus 3. I'm going to plug it into my first equation, replacing the y with negative 4x minus 3 equals negative 34. So 2x plus 24x plus 18 equals negative 34. So 26x plus 18 equals negative 34. Subtract. Okay, add and keep the sign. So that's going to be a 2. That's going to be a 52. So I divide by 26 on both sides. I get x equals negative 2. So I have my x value. Now I need my y value. So I'm going to plug it into the second equation. So 4 times negative 2 plus y equals negative 3. Negative 8 plus y equals negative 3. Add 8 to both sides, and y equals 5. Okay, down here, substitution again. They both equal x, so I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in right there. So negative 3y plus 22 equals 2y minus 8. I'm going to add 3y to both sides, so I have a positive coefficient. 22 equals 5y minus 8. Add 8 to both sides and get 30 equals 5y. Divide by 5 and get 6 is equal to y. So my y value is 6. I'm going to take the second equation. 2 times 6 minus 8. 12 minus 8. So x equals 4. Okay, next one. Don't have a coefficient, I have a coefficient of 1 right here, but I don't have anything solved for that variable right now. So I need to do that. I need to isolate the y. So I get y equals negative 2x plus 7. I'm going to take this and I'm going to plug it in for my y. So I have 5x minus 3. Replace the y with negative 2x plus 7 equals 23. 5x plus 6x minus 21 equals 23. So 11x minus 21 equals 23. Add 21 to both sides. There's a reason that happened. Divide by 11 and get x equals 4. So I have the x value. Now I need to just find the y value. So I'm going to take the second equation. No rhyme or reason to it. 2 times 4 plus y equals 7. 8 plus y equals 7. Subtract and get y equals negative 1. Okay, so this next one says, the graph of the given system of equations is shown by those two equations. The slopes of the two lines are, if I look at the slopes, they are the same. The y-intercepts of the two lines, they are different. What is the solution? No solution. This next one, the y-intercepts, the slopes. If I look at the slopes, they are the same. If I look at the y-intercepts, they are the same. The solution, infinite solutions. The next one, the slopes are different. The y-intercepts are the same. What is the solution? The solution is the point 0, negative 3. Slopes are different. One solution. The slopes are the same, y-intercept is different. No solution. The slopes are the same, the y-intercepts are the same. Infinite solutions. The slopes are the same, y-intercepts are different, so no solution. Same, infinite solutions. We have different slopes, so that is one solution. This one, there are two lines on top of each other, so that is infinite solutions. There is one solution. There are no solutions. Okay, this next one, elimination. Well, if I look at this, none of them have opposite coefficients, but this has a 1 in front. It has a -1. So I'm going to look at this. How can I get it to be the opposite of -4? The opposite of -4 is going to be +4. So I need to multiply this by -4. I would get -16x plus 4y equals -44. My second equation, I write down exactly how it is. I don't change it at all. I add straight down. I get -14x. This goes away. And I get -70. I divide by -14. And x equals 5. So now I have to find my y value. So I'm going to plug that back in. Oh, I'm going to plug it into the first one. 4x is y equals 11. 4 times 5 minus y equals 11. 20 minus y equals 11. I subtract 20. Make sure you bring down the negative with the y. Get -9. I divide by -1. I get y equals 9. So the 0.59. Over here, these are not opposites, these are not opposites. But if I look at it on the x's, 3 does go into 6 evenly. So I can multiply the second equation by something to get it to be -6. And I would multiply that by -2. I'm going to take the first equation and I write it down exactly how it is. I multiply -2 on the second equation. Look right there. Now they're opposites. Plus 8y equals 42. And I add straight down. These cancel. So I get 11y equals 66. I divide by 11 and I get y equals 6. Okay, I have my y value. Now I need my x value. 6x plus 3y equals 24. 6x plus 3 times 6 equals 24. 6x plus 18 equals 24. I subtract 18 from both sides. I get 6x equals 6. I divide by 6 and I get x equals 1. Okay. This next one. Oh, look at this. These two are opposites of each other already. Awesome. So I'm just going to add straight down. -12x. This cancels. I don't actually want to do that because -48. I divide by -12 on both sides. And I get x equals 4. Okay. Now, and plug it back in. -2x minus 2y equals -16. -2 times 4 minus 2y equals -16. -8 minus 2y equals -16. Add 8. -2y equals -8. Divide by -2 and get y equals 4. So it's the 0.44. Okay, this next one, none of them are opposites of each other. So it doesn't matter which one because 2 goes into 6 and 3 goes into 6. So it doesn't matter which equation I multiply by. So I'm just going to go ahead and multiply by the first equation and make 2 become positive 6. So I'm going to multiply that by 3. So 6x plus 18y equals negative 48. I'm going to take the second equation. I'm going to write it down exactly how it's supposed to look. I'm going to add straight down. These cancel. I get 15y equals negative, that's a 5, 6, 75. I divide by 15. Y equals negative 5. I'm going to plug that back into the first equation. 2x plus 6y equals negative 16. 2x plus 6 times negative 5 equals negative 16. 2x minus 30 equals negative 16. I add 30 to both sides. 2x is going to equal 14. Divide by 2. Get x equals 7. Okay. Given the system of equations below, what is the first step to solving the problem using eliminations? Make sure you list both possibilities. Okay? Well, in order to get the x's opposite each other, I would have to multiply the second equation by 4. But if I wanted to get the y's opposite of each other, so I need to make negative 3 into negative 6, then I would multiply the first equation by 2. Okay, solve the system of equations, pick any method. Well, I like the fact that these are the same numbers, so I'm just going to multiply the second equation by negative 1. So I'm going to write the first equation down. And I'm going to multiply negative 6x plus 5y equals negative 12. When I do that, I get 0 equals negative 9. So this is no solution. This one, they're already opposites of each other. 0 equals 0. So this is infinite solutions. Okay, this one. Oh, this looks good for a substitution. I'm going to put that. 4x minus negative 4x equals 24. So 4x plus 4x equals 24. So 8x equals 24. Divide by 8 and get x equals 3. So my x is 3. Then I'm going to take the second equation. I'm going to replace the x with 3, and I'm going to get y equals negative 12. Okay. Using elimination, show work on how to solve the first step. Only do the first step. So these are opposites of each other. So I would add straight down. That's all you had to do. This one, I have opposites of each other right here. So 2x equals 26. Is it a solution or not? Okay, so first equation, I'm going to replace the y with 1, the x with 6. So do those equal each other? 1 equals -3 plus 4, y equals 1. It works. This one doesn't have a y value, so my question is the x 6? It is. So yes, it is a solution. Okay.